Imagine this: 4 cheeses that could actually strengthen your heart, your bones, even your mood, and 4 others that might quietly shorten your life. Sounds dramatic, right? But here's the truth. Over 80% of seniors still enjoy cheese several times a week. Yet, most of us are standing at the cheese counter, making choices that could double our risk of heart attack or slash our chance of reaching age 80 by more than 35%. Think about it. That friendly cheese aisle in your grocery store looks harmless, almost comforting. But hidden inside those packages are powerful effects on your arteries, your brain, and even your energy. Some cheeses work like medicine in disguise. Others act more like poison, piling on sodium, bad fats, or even toxins that chip away at your longevity. Shocking, isn't it? And here's the kicker. One popular cheese, something millions of people eat every single week, has been linked to a 75% higher risk of stroke. This video isn't about rumors or hearsay. It's backed by real science. Stay with me, because today we'll uncover 4 cheeses that can keep you thriving, and 4 to avoid at all costs. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments where you're watching from, your age, and your favorite cheese. I'll be reading every comment, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more health truths that matter. Now, let's dive into the cheeses that deliver amazing benefits for your body. Let's kick things off with a powerhouse: aged Gouda. This cheese is not just delicious. It's practically a superfood hiding in plain sight. Here's why. When Gouda is aged for 18 months or more, something remarkable happens. The proteins inside break down into tiny building blocks called peptides. For older digestive systems, that's a gift. Instead of struggling with heavy proteins, your body gets pre-digested nutrients it can absorb with ease. But the real magic lies in vitamin K2. Think of it as the traffic cop of calcium. Without K2, calcium can wander into the wrong places, like your arteries, clogging them up. With K2, calcium is directed to your bones and teeth, where it belongs. Japanese studies even show that people who eat foods rich in K2 have up to 45% less vascular calcification. That means healthier arteries and a lower risk of heart disease. And Gouda doesn't stop there. It's packed with CLA, a special fat that helps reduce belly fat, supports immunity, and even fights certain cancers. Because the lactose is almost completely gone during aging, it's far easier on the stomach than many younger cheeses. Plus, aged Gouda develops postbiotics, gut-friendly compounds that boost digestion and may even lift your mood. So, how should you enjoy it? Don't eat it straight from the fridge. Let it sit at room temperature for about 20 minutes to bring out the flavor. A perfect portion is 1 to 1.5 ounces, about the size of your 2 thumbs side by side. Pair it with crisp apple slices or whole grain crackers, and you've got a heart-healthy snack that feels indulgent but works in your favor. Have you tried aged Gouda before? If so, what did you think of it? Share your thoughts down below. I'd love to know. And next, we're moving to a classic cheese that you probably already know, but may be missing its full potential. Now, let's talk about a legend: genuine Parmesan, also known as Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy. And no, I'm not talking about the powdery stuff in a green can that's full of additives and fillers. I mean the real deal. Aged for more than 32 months, carefully crafted, and bursting with nutrition. Think of it as an edible vitamin pill wrapped in rich, nutty flavor. During those long months of aging, the proteins in Parmesan are broken down into tiny, pre-digested forms. That makes it incredibly easy for your body to use. Just 1 ounce delivers around 10 grams of top-quality protein, the kind that rivals a piece of meat without the heaviness. And the minerals? They're off the charts. A single ounce gives you about 320 milligrams of calcium, plus the perfect balance of phosphorus and magnesium. Italian researchers have found that Parmesan's calcium is absorbed almost completely, sometimes better than supplements. For seniors, that means stronger bones and fewer fractures. But Parmesan also offers something special for your mind and mood. It contains casomorphins, natural compounds that can ease anxiety and promote calmness. It also has tyrosine, which supports dopamine production, giving you that little lift of motivation and joy. And since Parmesan is naturally lactose-free, even those with sensitive stomachs can usually enjoy it. To top it off, authentic Parmesan carries live probiotic cultures that help your gut thrive. Want to enjoy it the right way? Skip grating it to dust on pasta. Instead, break off small chunks and let them melt slowly in your mouth after a meal. Pair it with a drop of aged balsamic vinegar. The acidity actually helps your body take in more of the minerals. So, what's your go-to Parmesan? Do you prefer shaving it over salads or savoring little bites on its own? Let me know in the comments. Up next, we'll explore a raw option that might surprise you. One that's not only safe, but also packed with hidden benefits. Here's one that often sparks debate. Raw cheddar. Some people hear raw and get nervous, but let's clear the air. When cheddar is made from grass-fed cow's milk and aged for at least 60 days, it's considered safe. And it retains a treasure chest of nutrients that regular cheese can't match. Why does grass-fed matter? Because cows that graze on fresh pasture produce milk with up to 5 times more CLA, that special fatty acid linked to fat loss, immune strength, and cancer protection. Their milk is also richer in omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and keep your joints and brain sharp. But it doesn't stop there. Raw cheddar from grass-fed cows carries a whole lineup of fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamin A in its active retinol form for clear vision and strong immunity. Vitamin D and vitamin K2 working together to keep calcium out of arteries and in your bones, plus vitamin E and beta-carotene as antioxidants to slow down aging. That's a nutrient package most supplements can't touch. And here's another benefit. Because raw cheddar isn't heat processed, it still has its natural enzymes and diverse probiotic cultures. These friendly bacteria create butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Butyrate is also being studied for its role in supporting mental health, even easing anxiety and depression. So, how should you enjoy it? First rule: don't cook it to death. Heating above 120 degrees Fahrenheit destroys the enzymes and probiotics. Instead, let it warm naturally for 20 to 30 minutes at room temperature before eating. A portion of 1.5 to 2 ounces is perfect. For an even bigger boost, pair it with fermented vegetables like sauerkraut or kimchi. The combination feeds your gut like nothing else. What do you think about raw cheddar? Have you ever tried it, or are you curious now? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear your experiences. And get ready, because the top star in this healthy cheese lineup might just amaze you with how comprehensive its nutrition really is. And now, the champion of the list, Swiss Gruyere. If you've never given this cheese much thought, today might change your mind. What makes Gruyere so special is where it comes from. It's crafted from raw milk of cows that graze high in the Swiss Alps, munching on wildflowers and mineral-rich grasses. That natural diet creates a cheese with a unique nutrient profile that scientists are still uncovering. One standout compound is propionic acid, produced by the bacteria during fermentation. This little molecule does big things. It lowers inflammation, reduces cholesterol, and even shows potential in preventing certain cancers. Add to that Gruyère's rich vitamin B12 content, which is crucial for nerve health and red blood cell production, especially important as we age. But there's more. Gruyère is loaded with precursors to glutathione, often called the body's master antioxidant. Think of glutathione as your cell's cleanup crew, sweeping away toxins and protecting you from oxidative stress. For seniors, that means better energy, clearer thinking, and stronger defenses against chronic illness. Mineral-wise, Gruyère delivers phosphorus for sturdy bones, zinc for immunity, and selenium for thyroid and antioxidant support. The proteins inside are highly absorbable, helping you maintain muscle mass, something Swiss researchers say is key to staying independent later in life. On top of that, Gruyère contains lactopeptides, natural compounds that gently lower blood pressure without medication. So, how should you enjoy it? Gruyère melts beautifully, but keep it gentle. Stir it slowly into a warm soup, or let it soften over a slice of whole grain bread. That way, you not only savor the flavor, but also maximize the absorption of its B vitamins and glutathione boosters. Now, I've got to ask, is Gruyère already a favorite in your kitchen, or will you be trying it after hearing all this? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to know. We've covered the cheese heroes, the ones that can support your body as you age gracefully. But now, it's time to flip the script and look at the darker side of the cheese aisle. Let's start with something that looks harmless: those individually wrapped cheese slices. They melt easily on burgers, they're cheap, and they seem convenient. But here's the truth. Most of those slices are not really cheese at all. In fact, many contain less than 50% actual cheese. The rest? A cocktail of emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial colors, and chemical salts that your body doesn't need. Take sodium phosphates, for example. They're often added to keep the texture smooth, but these salts are far more damaging than regular table salt. Over time, they can speed up kidney damage, weaken bones, and raise your risk of heart disease. Then there are emulsifiers like polysorbate 80. Researchers have linked these additives to leaky gut syndrome and chronic inflammation, issues that can drain your energy and worsen existing conditions. The problems don't stop there. Artificial dyes make the slices look appealing, but have been tied to allergies and even possible cancer risks. Preservatives build up in your system, slowly harming your gut bacteria. And because these slices often contain hidden trans fats, they interfere with nutrient absorption and increase your risk of heart problems. So yes, that quick grilled cheese sandwich might be comforting in the moment, but in the long run, it's quietly working against your health. Do you use cheese slices often? Be honest. They're everywhere. Share in the comments if you've tried switching to real cheese instead. Next, we'll uncover another seemingly innocent product, one that comes in jars, spreads easily on crackers, but carries serious hidden risks. Now let's talk about those creamy cheese spreads in jars. They look convenient, they last forever on the shelf, and they seem like an easy snack. But when you flip the label, the story changes fast. Instead of real, nourishing cheese, these spreads are mostly made of modified starches, stabilizers, and hydrogenated oils. And that last one is a big red flag. Hydrogenated oils contain trans fats, some of the most dangerous fats known to science. They raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and put your heart directly in harm's way. Then there's the sodium. A few spoonfuls can pack more salt than you realize, leading to fluid retention, swollen ankles, and dangerous spikes in blood pressure. Many spreads also hide MSG, or monosodium glutamate, which can trigger headaches and sensitivity in some people. Artificial colors and flavors are added to make it look and taste like cheese, but in reality, they carry risks of neurotoxic effects and allergic reactions. Even the packaging isn't safe. Phthalates, chemicals that can leach from the plastic lining into the food, are known hormone disruptors that affect metabolism and may even harm fertility. And nutritionally? These spreads deliver almost nothing your body needs. Instead, they're linked to higher risks of obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular problems. So the next time you see a jar of cheese spread, remember, it's not a snack, it's a chemical cocktail in disguise. Have you already ditched cheese spreads, or do they still show up in your pantry? Share your experience below. It might inspire someone else to make the switch. Coming up, let's take a closer look at another convenience item. It comes in bags, looks harmless, but has hidden dangers you'll want to know about. Next up is something many of us buy without thinking twice: pre-shredded cheese in bags. It feels so convenient. No grating, no mess. Just open the bag and sprinkle away. But here's the hidden truth. What makes that cheese so easy to use also makes it risky for your health. To keep the shreds from clumping, manufacturers coat them with cellulose. And yes, cellulose is basically wood pulp. While small amounts aren't harmful, too much can block nutrient absorption and leave you eating filler instead of food. That's not the kind of fiber your body is looking for. Then there's natamycin, an antifungal agent sprayed on the cheese to keep it shelf-stable. It's technically safe, but it's still an antibiotic, and it can disrupt your gut microbiome over time. Combine that with lower quality milk, often from cows given hormones or antibiotics, and you end up with a product far less nourishing than real cheese. Pre-shredded cheese also oxidizes faster. The moment it's grated, it starts losing nutrients and developing off flavors. That oxidation can damage the fats, making them less healthy. On top of that, these bags often carry higher histamine levels, which can trigger headaches, anxiety, and even insomnia in sensitive people. And let's not forget contamination risks. Once the cheese is shredded and exposed to air, it's more vulnerable to bacteria, especially if it sits in your fridge too long. So while that bag may save you 5 minutes in the kitchen, the long-term cost could be much higher. Do you buy pre-shredded cheese regularly, or do you take the time to grate your own? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And now, we come to the number one offender. A cheese many people consider a gourmet treat, but it hides some of the most troubling risks of all. Now let's talk about the most surprising culprit of all: blue cheese. It looks gourmet, it tastes bold, and many people think it's sophisticated. But beneath that strong flavor lies some serious risks, especially as we age. The first red flag is tyramine, a natural compound found in blue cheese. For many people it's harmless, but if you're sensitive, or if you take certain medications like MAOIs for depression or Parkinson's, tyramine can trigger dangerous spikes in blood pressure and even severe migraines. Then there's the mold itself. That blue-green marbling comes from penicillium cultures, and while they create the cheese's signature flavor, they can also produce mycotoxins. These toxins may build up in your body, leading to joint pain, fatigue, and a suppressed immune system over time. Blue cheese is also packed with histamines, almost 10 times more than many other cheeses. That means more risk of allergies, headaches, runny noses, itching, or even insomnia for sensitive individuals. Combine that with its sky-high sodium content, and you have a recipe for swelling, hypertension, and added strain on the heart. And let's not forget the fat profile. Blue cheese is rich in palmitic acid, a saturated fat strongly linked to inflammation and cardiovascular risk. Add its dense calorie load, and it's easy to overeat without realizing it. The strong flavor also masks spoilage, which can trick you into consuming cheese that's past its safe point. So while blue cheese may feel indulgent on a salad or steak, the long-term trade-off could be costly. Be honest. Are you a blue cheese lover? After hearing this, do you think you'll keep it in your fridge? Let me know in the comments. We've now covered the best and the worst. Up next, let's wrap things up and highlight how smart cheese choices can truly shape your future health. So there we have it. Friends, the cheese truth revealed. Not all cheese is created equal, and the choices you make can either support your bones, your heart, and your energy, or quietly chip away at them. We've seen how nutrient-rich options like cottage cheese, ricotta, and aged Parmesan can deliver protein, calcium, and probiotics without overloading your system. These are the cheeses that work with your body, helping you stay strong, mobile, and sharp well into your golden years. But we've also uncovered the darker side, the processed slices, spreads, pre-shredded bags, and of course, blue cheese. They may taste convenient or fancy, but behind the scenes, they pack in hidden sodium, chemical additives, mold toxins, and fats that fuel inflammation. Over time, those small daily choices can add up to swelling, brain fog, high blood pressure, or even worse. And here's the empowering part. You're in control. Every time you open your fridge or step into the grocery store, you're making a vote for your future health. By simply swapping out the bad cheeses and enjoying the good ones in moderation, you're giving your body a better shot at energy, clarity, and longevity. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which cheese surprised you the most today? Are you going to switch up what you keep in your fridge? Drop a comment below and let's start the conversation. And if this video opened your eyes, don't forget to hit like and share it with a friend who loves cheese. Subscribe for more real, science-backed health tips to keep you thriving after 60. Because at the end of the day, small food choices really can make a big difference in how you age.